Hello, hello, hello. This is the 4th time I've done this video. If I didn't love you, the Bart don't roll this way, but this time I'm going to. I'm coming to you from Harmony, California. Now, it's not New Harmony down in the St. George area. This is Harmony, California. It's up here by above Morro Bay and below Cambria. And it's a cool town. You're coming along the roadway and it'll say New Harmony, California. 34 population. I go, jeez, I gotta go in this city. I could be famous. I could be a big fish in a little pond going into Harmony. So I cruise in there, and they're not impressed. Even the girls, they weren't impressed. It has a post office. It's closed 7 days a week, but it's open to put letters in if you want. If you want to buy stamps, you got to go to the next town. It has a beautiful little gift store in there. And while I was there, someone went out on the highway sign and scratched off 34, and they put 35. And I thought, hey, homie is cool. They know I'm here. Well, I found out later one of the ladies had a new baby. So there's a population of 35. But if you ever get a chance, go ahead and stop in Harmony, California, up there by Cambria. Anyway, this is the 4th time I've done this. Children. I let Abigail and Allison use my computer this weekend, and I'm going to check into a rehab unit. I am so sick. I tried to download this video 3 times. It recorded fine. It did fine, but YouTube didn't pick it up. I've had to restore the computer anyway. You don't want to hear those details. Anyway, I don't know if this one is going to record up. If it doesn't, screw you. I'm not giving it again. 4 times is the record. Anyway, I gave you that video the other day about these 3 clowns that are representing the Mormon Church and the Boy Scouts of America program. They took some scouts, I guess, up there into a state park. I made a misstatement. I said it was a national park. It's not. It's a state park. And the big fat scout leader decided to tip over a 20 or 30 ton rock that had been there for 2 million years. And he said he tipped it over because he thought it was going to fall off. Jesus put it there. Jesus doesn't make mistakes. That rock is not going to fall off, at least while he and his scouts were there in the park. So be that as it may, it's stupid enough to tip over a monument in a state park. That's against the law. You can't go in. And the scouts, they have a saying and a tradition of going in clean and coming out clean. Don't do any damage. And so this 21-year-old scout leader, it doesn't look like he can read much. So he probably didn't read that part of the Boy Scout manual. So he's got 2 of his other freak friends in there. And he says to the one guy, he says, I'm going to push this rock over. Could you take a video? Now, that's absolute stupid proof of what he did. It's illegal. You put that in front of a jury, he can't say, oh, I was just putting both feet up on the rock and resting it, and it fell off. He was pushing it over. Anyway, you can't fix stupid. I put that on my other video. So he has his friend video the facing of the state park. Well, now, Mr. Blowjob, that's what I call him. Let me give you his real name. This is there to protect the innocent, okay, yeah, or the guilty. This is coming out of Daily, D-A-I-L-Y, and I think it's a K-O-S, News Community Action. And I think if you just do the, if you Google in, it was Saturday, October 19th, Utah rock vandal filed lawsuit in September, claims disability. Now, there's a picture of this guy, and I'm fat, but he climbed up there. He's certainly not, I'm more disabled than he is, and he's high-fiving his friends. He's giving them the double high-five. He's rocking and he's rolling. And the rock didn't just push off. He had to put his big ass down on another rock and put 2 feet up on the rock. So he videotapes it. Well, you know, there's strike 2. There's strike 2. Well, strike 3, he's got 7 strikes. Okay, strike 3 is he goes, hey, I'm cool, and I think it's bitching that we destroyed this in the state of Utah, and because I'm wearing garments, they're not going to do anything to me, and I'm working for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. The 3 of them don't have an IQ of 72 if you add it all together. So Dumb and Dumber and Dummy decided to post the damn thing on YouTube. Now let me tell you something from an old man, okay? I've lived a lot of life. And I'm telling you, all the towns, other than the weird ones, Peru and whatever, I've been in those towns, so I have some experience. When you put something on YouTube and you get 2 million hits in 2 hours, you're going to jail. Just mark my word, you're going to jail. Nothing is that interesting other than criminal activity. Maybe sexual stuff, but it's probably criminal if it's coming out of Utah anyway. So Boo Boo puts this on the damn YouTube. Well, here's the park ranger in southern Utah sitting there with his wife, and she says, turn that football off, put on something else. So they put the news on, and the park ranger looks, and he sees the Goblin Valley, or Goblin, whatever they call it. And he goes, hell, that's where I work. Look at that big jackass. He's kicking over one of my 2-million-year-old rocks. So the park ranger saw it. The Utah sheriff saw it. The attorney general saw it. Monson saw it. And Joseph Smith saw it. So this guy's ass is grass. So now it gets worse. This guy has got to be the epitome of Mormonism. They're in a bubble. They're not in the real world. He didn't think he did anything wrong. And he said after everybody made such a deal of it, he said he had over 100 death threats. Well, I haven't had that many. So I don't even feel sorry for him. He's that stupid. Anyway, he now has been found, and I'm telling you, you don't want to be on the front page of a newspaper, a TV article, or radio. So they say, could we interview you? You say, hell no. The Bard said no. I've been on the front page of my local paper. It wasn't a good thing. I've been on TV. Talk show, it wasn't a good thing. So what I'm telling you is 2 million hits in 2 hours, you're going to jail. Well, now people start looking into his background. See, at first, the press treats you like a god, and your pictures, and you're looking around, and then they find out, you know, you masturbate, and then they report that to the whole world to balance the story off. Well, I didn't need that kind of balance in my life. So anyway, they start checking on this guy, and on this Channel 2 News here, his name is Glenn Taylor, Brother Taylor. He's the idiot that pushed the rock over, okay? And now this report is saying last month he filed a lawsuit against a 16-year-old driver who rear-ended him in 2009, claiming he has endured great pain and suffering, disability impairment, and loss of life. Oh, loss of the joy of life, because he is still alive, if you want to call it that. He's going to wish he was dead, okay? He filed this lawsuit and said that he is disabled. Let me read you what they say, okay? He says after watching the video that has taken off across the internet, he thinks Taylor doesn't look rehabilitated at all. He's climbing all over other rocks, says McDonald after watching the tape. Then he lines up, gets leverage, and pushes that big old rock several times before it finally pushes over. McDonald continues. Then he turns and he twists and high-fives and yucks it up and flexes his muscle. He just doesn't look like a terribly disabled person to me. He doesn't to me either. Now, let me tell you something, okay? Like I said, I know a little bit about disability. I know a lot about disability. And for disability to work, you've got to file it in several places. Your medical doctor has pretty much got to sign, yes, he or she is disabled. Then you go from there over to the workman's comp department, if you've been hurt at work, and you lie your ass off to them. Oh, I can't move. Look at. I can push a damn rock 100 miles. That's bigger than a car. But I'm just, I can't make it. So you lie to the workman's comp group, and you can't work anymore. You can't work. Well, then you go to your personal employer, and you have a short-term or long-term disability, and you lie your ass off to them. I can't work. I can't. See, I was on the job pushing a rock for the gas station I work with. So anyway, and then of course everybody will go and hit the Social Security Administration. Now that's a federal agency. That's a no-no. If you're not disabled, do not fill out a disability form. It's called fraud. So it's state fraud and it's federal fraud, and you are going to be frog legs. You're going to be dangling out the point of the mountain prison. So I am sure that he has filed an illegal lawsuit, obviously, and so there can be a counter claim there that he defaced and defamed somebody and said he was disabled when he wasn't. Well, I'm not going to get into the whole thing because, I have a policy in life. I really do. And I've lived very close to it. Don't cheat people. God dang, don't cheat people. If you're disabled, hey, tell the truth. Now, if you embellish it, as long as it's not a lie, if you embellish it in a reasonable, or explain it, maybe that's a better word, explain it extensively rather than embellish it. If you live your life that way, you don't have to look over your shoulder. But this scout leader representing the Mormon church and all of those young boys, wait till those boys get into priesthood meeting next Sunday and they go, did you know that Brother Taylor's in jail for that rock thing? It's going to be the talk of the ward, the state, the church, the world. These Mormons have no damn common sense. They think they own the world. Now I'm going to make a prophecy right here. I'm sure. I'm not totally sure. When I'm not really sure, I'll tell you the truth, okay? I'm 98% sure that he's been to the temple. It looks like he was wearing temple garments to me. And in that temple interview, they say, are you honest in your business dealings? Well, if you have a fake disability claim out there, and you're the Boy Scout leader, and the boys are supposed to look up to you, what does this say about the Mormon church? What does this say how closely they check scout leaders, how closely they check the honesty and the integrity? Now, it wasn't just one bozo, it was three. One was filming it. He could have said, hey, Brother Taylor, you're probably going to go to jail. Don't do that shit. And the other one go, hey, I'm out of here. I don't want anything to do. No, but he stands right there, and he's high-fiving. You've got three idiots added together, don't have an IQ of 71. Will anything happen to them in Utah? Oh, yeah, we're going to hang them. We're going to send them to the firing squad. We're going to rip their testicles off and put them in their mouth. 6 months later, you pick up the paper, and way on the back page it says, Brother Taylor, who tipped over the rock, is on 1 year's probation and has a plea in abeyance, and when he doesn't commit any crimes for a year, the case will be expunged. That's what's going to happen. And you can mark me down as the prophet. When it happens, it happens. Don't send me any more money. And I did want to thank my fan club, Sir Girl and Anna Young. Boy, she's a pretty girl. It may not be her. She may have put her sister's picture up, or her girlfriend. I don't know, but she's got an enchanting smile, and she's funny as hell. And the original wiener. Now those, I don't know if that's a menage a trois or whatever, but if it's not, could I get in on it? So anyway, that's my fan club. I have 3 people there, and they have sent me $10,000, and I don't need that money. I don't need it. So I put it into the defense of the rock man that I just talked about. It doesn't even, no attorney in the world is going to take this guy. So I donated another $10,000 to see if he could at least get a state attorney appointed to him. So anyway, thank you, fan club. Thank you for the money. I don't need the money. Don't send me money. I hate money. And I love the Mormon Church. I know the church is true. They produce people like these 3 scoutmasters every damn day. Every day I was in there for over 50 years. This is how they taught people to lie, to cheat, to steal. And the Mormon Church is going to say, we don't know these guys. No, this has, and they're gonna leave these guys out drying on the clothesline. Believe me, they're not going to take any responsibility. As much money as the Mormon Church has, they ought to go put that rock back up. Now, I don't think the guy should go to prison. No, I don't think he should go to prison. But I think they should give him a sentence of sitting on that damn 10-ton boulder until he can figure out some way to lift that son of a bitch back up and put a little duct tape on it or a little Elmer's glue and put back what Jesus made. Then he's free. Thanks.